Good day everyone, I am Ronielo Gonzales from BSAIS-12 and I am here to tackle about the Filipino cultural heritage. The Philippines is commonly referred to as the melting pot of Western and Eastern culture. The traditional culture of the Philippines is heavily influenced by the traditions of the indigenous Austronesian people. The cultural landscapes also feature Spanish, American, Japanese, Arabic, and Indonesian influence. The major religions in the country are Christianity and Islam, which have played a significant role in shaping the culture of the Philippines. Social beliefs and customs. The social beliefs and customs practiced in the Philippines are primarily influenced by the religion and demographics of the region where they are practiced. The traditional customs of the indigenous Filipinos are based on the beliefs of Austronesian inhabitants of the Philippines. Religions. The Constitution of the Philippines provides for the freedom of religion. The Philippines is one of the few Asian countries to have a Christian majority religion. Almost about 90% of the Philippines residents is identified as Christians, with 80% of the population being followers of the Roman Catholic Church and about 11% being other Christian denominations. On the other hand, Islam is the second largest religion in the country, with about 5% of citizens identifying as Muslims. The majority of the Muslims Filipinos are Sunni Muslims, but there are also a small number of Ahmadiyya Muslims. Music and dance. The music composed in the Philippines is influenced by all the cultures in the country. The traditional folk songs are primarily inspired by the indigenous customs and beliefs. Some notable composers of Filipino folk music include Luisio San Pedro from National Artist for Music, as well as Antonio Buenaventura, a renowned patriotic music composer. The music composed in the urban regions of the Philippines, particularly targeted to the youth, is known as original Pinoy music or Philippine pop music. Popular musicians from genre include Christian Bautista, Sarah Geronimo, Yen Constantino, and groups such as True Faith, Yano, The Teeth, and Neo Colors, among others. Other popular genres include jazz, hip-hop, reggae, and Latino music. Dance in the Philippines ranges from traditional indigenous-inspired dances to modern Western-inspired dances. Tinikling is an example of traditional dance with nationwide appeal. Literature and arts. Ancient Filipino literature was primarily made up of legends and folklore, which were the main forms of literature before the Spanish colonization of the country. These folktales were based on specific themes and aimed to pass down traditions and cultural beliefs to generations, while most of these folktales existed as oral literature. Written publications did exist, particularly during the Spanish colonial era. One such publication is the Ibong Adarna, a story written by Jose de la Cruz. Other famed writers of this period include Francisco Balagtas, famed for his publication of the Florante at Laura, as well as Jose Rizal. The earliest form of art is traced back to 5000 BC through pottery discovered in the Sanga cave. Cuisine. An excellent way that cultural diversity in the Philippines is portrayed is through the local cuisine. The cuisine in the Philippines is influenced by local and foreign cultures. Rice is the staple meal in the country and is usually prepared through steaming and is served together with other foods. Rice is also ground to rice flour, which is used in the preparation of pastries and sweets. The abundance of fish in the country makes seafood another common food item in most households, with tilapia, clams, mussels, cod, squid, and catfish being salted, fried, and served with rice and vegetables. Other popular food items in the Philippines include lechon, roasting of a whole pig, common during festivals, and apretada, pork or chicken prepared with vegetables and tomato sauce, among others. Clothing. The Maria Clara is a traditional dress worn by the Filipino woman. The traditional attire gets its name from a famous character known as Maria Clara in the epic of 19th century narrative Noli Me Tangere, of 4 components, namely the saya, a long dress; the tapis, a knee-long skirt; the camisa, a colares chemise; and the pañuelo, a stiff scarf. In recent years, the Maria Clara has been modernized to a modern version known as the terno, which was popularized by President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, who wore the terno during the 2008 State of the Nation address. Another traditional garment of the Philippines is the barong Tagalog, normally worn by men during special occasions. Also known as the barong Tagalog features a formal long shirt decorated with embroidery. The attire was popularized by President Ramon Magsaysay, who wore the barong in the most state functions. And that is all for our video blog for today. I hope you learned a lot from the Filipino cultural heritage. Thank you for watching.